Well, we have a surprise today. Everybody is very concerned about the future because the future can be completely unpredictable. We don't know if we can face the future because this future can be terribly difficult, and we don't know what kind of jobs we shall have for our children, what kind of education we can have for our children, because every tradition doesn't work anymore. Everything should be well understood, is not understood now, is not understandable. We know nothing about the future. Can we build our future? We can build the future. And the future can be very interesting. For example, we take 2 points, 45, and another one, 12. Randomly choose and compute path, and we find different paths for the future. These paths are longer or shorter. I choose one, middle one. What that means, we redefine the good, the welfare. That will give us the change of thinking paradigm, that will lead us to modesty, altruism. And you will ask me, how can we obtain this through new professions? Paradigm of thinking going to modesty, altruism is a new profession. From modesty, altruism to go to environmental recuperation is a new profession. And from environmental recuperation to evaluation, correlation of the new perception is another profession. That one will give us to collaborate with the nature is a different profession. And from collaboration with nature to go into reforestation and depollution, reducing pollution is a new profession. And studying mechanism of rebalancing of the biotopes, starting from reforestation, is a new profession. And this will lead to technologies reducing or cancelling the ecological footprint is a new profession. And that will give us to alliance with the nature in technologies of recuperation, of sustainability is a new profession. And that will permit us with a new profession to recuperate desert territories. And that will lead us to secondary and regenerable resources, another profession, and go to experiment of balance. But you will ask me, will be peace or we shall have war? That depends on us. For example, give and receive. Not normal rules of the market. Give and receive. Okay? Is not a request and offering, is give and receive. Let's see. We redefine the good, we change the paradigm of thinking, going to modesty and altruism. That will give us the possibility to negotiate the balancing terms. That will give us possibility to go to peace. And then we go to international collaboration. Through international collaboration, we go to give and receive. Not borrowing money, give and receive. And then we collaborate on commercial routes. Then, on this one, we shall have new technologies and a technological evolution going to secondary and regenerable resources. Well, this is interesting. So we can build our future. But will our children correspond to this future or not? Well, probably yes. No? It's possible to feel probably yes. We go on their psychological profiles. This profile is inspiration here. And we take a look first if the profile can be good. And take one rectangle. One rectangle. With this rectangle, coherence goes to independence to the state and work ecologically the land. But where can we find coherence? Let's see. It's very interesting, this coherence. Very interesting. We go to simple psychological profile. And we can see that this is some characteristics of our children. Attraction. That attraction is going to harmonizing, entering in harmonic resonance with others, and positive disintegration, go to introspection, go to opening, and on another route, attraction is leading to enthusiasm, and following with clarity, going to gift, and going to opening. And if we change these points, we can see something absolutely interesting, because we can go from opening, we go to attraction. Can we do this? Opening is going to sincerity to positive disintegration to harmonizing with the frequency, and then we have attraction, and opening is going to meditation, that is going to clarity, that is going to creative energy, is going to attraction. Interesting, but here, what are the consequences? Consequences are very interesting, because now we keep the same hexagon. But now we have the same things, but putting on a field of application, on agriculture. That means we go to the future, present future, we have psychological characteristics, we see how to work with the land. Good? And let's see what is happening. Attraction is going to entering of resonance, harmonic resonance, that will lead us to economical sustainable progress. The positive disintegration is going us to commercial roots. And here, introspection is going us to peace, is for the future. And here we go. Opening to modesty altruism is going to policies. And from attraction, we can go to enthusiasm, recuperatory sustainable biotechnologies, and ethical decision for environment. And clarity is going to evaluation of derived consequences. And grace will bring us to collaboration for solving crises. What does it mean? We can project a system of education in which everybody using the psychological profile can be involved in developing their own abilities, building the future and applying on a field of application, any field of application. Even if they are talented in one direction, they can use in other directions. Is flexible. And it will be a pleasure for me to show you how can be an individualized education, because everybody can learn. Everybody can learn. And let's see now, how can they learn mathematics, for example? Take 2 points. Let's see 23 and let's see 54. And choose one root. What does it say? Algorithmic thinking on hypotheses and axioms is leading to types of theoretical problems or practical problems can be solved by this way. And that is going us to discovering the needs of new instruments of thinking. That is leading us to deciphering texts of mathematics with the help of schemes. And that is leading us to discovering, for example, particular examples of some laws applied, and that is leading us to projection of situations with the instrument of thinking, and it leads us to logical games, and that leads us to create a subdivision of a problem, and is leading us to elements of modeling situations and dynamic or new instruments, is leading us to deciphering concepts and mathematical instruments, and is leading us to planning how to solve on stages, and is leading us to passage from theoretic to practical situations, and is leading us finally to project with the instrumental mathematical instrument of the project. What can we project? Everything. We can project an object. This is not the traditional way of doing mathematics, but the child can do this, and also if they want to analyze the relation, elements of geometry and configuration, the child can go and find, cannot find. This route doesn't permit him to go to geometry. Is different. But if he wants to go to theoretical approach through practical observation, here has many possibilities. That means we can individualize the education in such a way that everybody can learn a lot and can choose their own route. You will ask me what will happen with teachers. Teachers will teach them how to be human, how to be open-minded, how to find their information. Will not be. They will be masters, not only teachers. How to develop their abilities. Can we develop our abilities? Oh yeah, we have roots. This is a project of a school. The main project, we can see here, little bit one. Main project will show us the final personality of the young or the child. Youngsters or child. How can we evolve? This is a route, one possible route, because it's not the only one. There are many. Okay. Program of reciprocal formation with relevant data for achievement of common projects. That will go to program of studying good practices and results obtained with online forums. And that will go to enrichment and research, advanced research programs, because forums give the opening. And will go to creative groups, experimental for discovering and innovation. And finally, that will lead us to personality of child or youngster. And you're not the only one. We can repeat. We can obtain other roots with similar behavior. For example, promotion of ideas and attracting partners needed to achieve some project that are beneficial to the global balance. That is going to program of reciprocal education, peer-to-peer of children and adults on online forums and on learning platforms. That will lead to peer-to-peer mentoring, direct or online, and the program paid forward. And that will go to not obligatory scholar competitions on determined direction. There's no obligation. And that will lead to a program of individualized training or in small groups of children who opted for a certain route of career. They want to go somewhere. They are optimal because everybody can choose, not in an optimal way, but can choose. They can choose. What can choose? They can choose their own route of education. But optimization is different. That means something extraordinarily interesting and very important. What can then? We can build a good future if we want, without dangers, capable to solve crises, capable to consolidate and develop a good education for every child in such a way in which to correspond to the needs of the future in every sector of activity. You see, they have this route, for example, you choose the route. Level of dependence of patient, or cognitive patient and applicative patient. Is going to programs of individualized training or in small groups of children who opted for a certain route of career, and they can go to program of advanced education of children with cognitive passion, passing through a mentorship circuit made by masters on different stages of knowledge. And then mentoring master disciple program, and then go to creative groups, experimental and discovering and innovation, and then going to stages of initiation and complexification of thinking and reasoning, and finally going to discovering the active potentials or passive potential of everybody. Make it sense for everybody. We can build a happy planet and a happy world and solve crises by using another way of thinking, another way of treating everything, another way of identifying what is good with people. Don't look at their defects, look at their quality, and use the logic, trilinear logic, not bilinear logic, that will show us where from is coming a phenomena, how can we heal. We can heal the history. We can build a happy future. Thank you.